Right, here to win. Welcome to my show, Sportsguru.vegas, coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada, the greatest city in the world. And thanks for being with me today, the new followers on TikTok and Twitter X. Thanks for following and viewing if you're watching. And we did not win yesterday, Gurus, so we'll start off with that because, we're here to be accountable. And it all starts with me, right? I take the credit when we win on the show, and I'll take the loss. And I went off on a couple matchups that were a little outside of my comfort zone. Took some shots yesterday, and it didn't work out. We weren't going to win anyway. We're still going to go 1-2 on the home teams, and we'd have probably went 1-2. But I added another round robin late, and that one we didn't win at. I was hoping to go 2-1, maybe 3-0 on it. But today, Mark and I spent a lot of time. Thursday is always a big day, so we believe we have some good bets today, and I'm going to share those with you. We have 2 round robins today, Gurus, in college basketball, and I like these positions. And one of the things, if you've been with me a while, when off days 3 and 6 is not a good day. So off days where I lose, usually I come back with winners. And sometimes, again, Gurus, this is investing. Some people call it gambling. I call it investing because we're not just guessing here, spending a lot of time working on these games. And sometimes, as we evolve, we're holding our own. We're winning. We're holding our own. And sometimes you get a little, a little outside your comfort zone, and then everyone does that once in a while. But we have to get back on track immediately when that happens, and we know how to do that. And that's why experience matters. I've been helping people for 25 years make money betting sports, so you have to be able to know how to get back on track. And I believe these plays today that we're going to release are certainly better situations than yesterday. We did like Western Carolina. That was our best bet yesterday, and it did win out of all the bets. So that's been happening more the last couple of weeks. We've been hitting our best bet. But again, for what I'm doing with you, it still loses if it goes 1-2 on the round robin. So, but if I do key on a game, and I mentioned it, which I did say yesterday, then we try to add a little more to that if you can. So let's start off with the games today, and actually we can talk about, because Davis is one of those bets today. UC Davis. Well, we'll get to that in a second. We're going to start off back in college again. We're not dealing with anything different than we weren't previously. Same thing holds true. I said it again, right, Gurus? I said St. John's is a better team. And again, they beat me. So that's 3 times now. So I think I'm gonna figure this out here. But I have now said that in 3 different games, and we're 0-3 when I bet against it, right? So, but that was our last game, and we picked that over Oregon State to release. We bet Oregon State, and of course they got there. We felt it was close, Gurus. I've seen St. John's. And, they could win that conference tournament. It's in New York, in the Garden. So it's very possible St. John's can win that tournament. They're not the best team, but they could go on a run. Anything can happen. And one injury to UConn could change things. Marquette's very good, as we saw yesterday as well. But Butler's out. They're not going to go to – they're not even going to – they'll play in the CBA tournament. They're done. And they would have had to overcome more anyway, even if they won. That's why I was a little concerned about the game. Now, St. John's is possibly an at-large. That's a big win. They're even in conference now. They're not too far away from getting an at-large. And I'm going to tell you right now, Pitino completely outcoached that coach. It's an easy call. He had no chance that much in that game. This team was ready. They out-hustled. They're better talent, more talented. He does have 3 good guards. He can rotate, and he didn't play them properly. I was watching the Butler game. He should have, and he did the second half, but by then they were already down. They had no rebounding against this team. They got a lot of second chance rebounds. St. John's, and they just kicked their ass. They went out there to win. They wanted the game more. They better team. They took care of it, and we lost. So I will use that more in the future because it matters. Like I told you, watching the games is as important as anything else. I'm fortunate I can watch, as many as I can. I can't see them all, especially in the smaller conferences. But I do my best to watch and use that as my as another asset to betting. So, bottom line is the fundamentals are what matters. We have to work to find the fundamentals. The instincts come from watching the teams, gurus, and following and understanding how that relates to matchups and betting and winning sports bets. So now we have our work cut out for us because I released an extra 3 games that went 1 and 2. So, but let's start with this. We have New Hampshire on the road. This game we like. We have the things we're looking for in this position. And I wrote this out here. Here it is. Yeah, we have some advantages, and so it's a small number but I think we're in good position in this game. They've lost this team early, and sometimes, gurus, as we know, teams have letdowns at home, and they come back and they beat them on the road when they're in a better position. Whatever matchup's favorable, whether you're betting the home team or whether you're betting the road team, whatever matchup is favorable, that's the side market I go with, period. Now, I went with that theory is the same. I used it yesterday, but I took more riskier matchups than I normally do. A couple, that's all you need. So, and if they lose, that looks worse. If they win, I could say, see how good I did yesterday, gurus. But I didn't, and I'm being accountable for that reason. But we're coming back with better positions today. And then we have Davis, which we do like more than the other games. It has more things. They have an injury to the team. They're at home against Hawaii, right? Hawaii's traveling a long way to get to Cali to play this game. So that helps us. We have a couple good things working for us in this game, gurus, like we have with Western Carolina. So we should win this game. We should win this also. And then we're going to go into Washington tonight in the Pac-12 game. Now, Euclid we've done pretty well with this year. We did lose the home game against Utah. If you remember, that was a very close game. Went down and we had the lead until the very last shot. They actually ran a good out-of-bounds play, Utah. The Bruins defended the shot well, the layup, but when he blocked it, it went off the backboard, and Utah was there to rebound it and put it right back in with a second left. We lost. Instead of the money line mattering, we lost the bet, and we only had the money line for that game. That number was just steamed through the roof. Euclid went to like 6 that game. They weren't going to cover it anyway. But somebody moved a big amount of money. It certainly wasn't me. But somebody moved a lot of that spread, I believe, moved about 3 points, and they lost. So that's why I was telling you, gurus, money movements, spread movements, is not always a reflection of you having a better chance to win. As a matter of fact, I can tell you this year, from all the games that we've bet, and we've bet a lot of them, as you know, I'm betting at least 6 games a day here right now. And I've been hurt when the money moves in my favor. We call that EV. We're losing value because now, some people would say, well, Guru, you and other people must think it's a good bet, right? Yeah, I'm not saying that we don't think it is. But, a good bet is a good bet. Once the value keeps going higher, that means you're losing value in the bet. Yes, you could lose a player, and that's supposed to help you more. And sometimes it just doesn't. I can tell you, as far as the games I've been releasing and betting, it hasn't helped me. It's made it worse. Because even when you win, if you catch the bad number, you're getting a worse number, worse value. So I just think it doesn't matter. But it doesn't. In these games today, we've lost a little. They've gone up a point. New Hampshire's gone down a half point. You want to buy off that 1, gurus. That's why I have the +1.5 here. And you always buy off one. And you always buy, that means if you're laying one, buy off that. If you're getting one, buy up off that. Because you don't want to lose by one or win by one and not make any money. That's happened early in my career. But you also, and I've discussed this with you, you want to keep your value, right? So I release a lot of money lines. We have here, Davis is -2.5 on my betting app, one of them. And so you can lay that, right? I bet the money line, it's $1.40. We like this game more. But you can also lay the points too. I would eliminate the points on one of the round robins, back it up with the round robin and lay the points. And again, it's your money, you're investing. I'm your guide. We talked about that yesterday. I'm laying the money line. That's what I'm doing. And I might lay the two, we'll see. But most of it's on the money line. Even if I lay 2.5, I buy it to 2, I'm laying $1.20. So for 20 more cents, you bet the money line, in my book. UCLA is getting 4.5. They're down a hook already. That's fine. That should be okay. This team, they beat them earlier, UCLA, and they'll probably beat them again. They do play well against this team. I like this number on the road. UCLA's actually playing for something, right? They're good in their conference. They would have to win out. This is a big game for UCLA. Washington is not going to the tournament, period. They are not going to go, Guru. It's not going to happen. And they don't have their center for this game. He's out for the season. So UCLA's been good to us. We've only had that one loss with Utah. Before that, I had 2 to 3 wins with them I've released. So I'm comfortable betting this team on the road. We had them at Stanford, and they got there. They won for us. So they've proven we can win with them either place, home, road. And they're good in both places. They play pretty well in both places. So we'll take those points. So this is our first round robin. We have New Hampshire, again, a small conference. They should handle this team today, Gurus, period. They should handle this game. It's a good bet. And then Davis, we like that bet as well, a little more because they're at home. Has more things to it. But we put them together because we believe they're our top 2 bets. And UCLA, we feel, is the next best bet simply because they have more to play for, UCLA. Even though they beat them and it's a revenge to Washington, they still want to win this game because they're getting on the road. Mark and I have done pretty well when we bet the team that all of our games we're betting the teams that we feel are more motivated to win, or also have just fundamental advantages. If you can get both, you take both, that's even better. And we hope we have that in every one of these games here. That's why we're releasing this one first. So again, you might want to increase your, if you're following these games and betting, you want to increase your wager. I usually come back off wins. I wouldn't have won anyway. I would have went 2 and 4 probably, 3 and 6 at my best. So I wasn't going to win yesterday. So we should come back and get some wins today. I'm increasing my wages a little, about 10 to 15%. And then now we can go to the next round robin, Gurus. We have North Dakota State on the money line, another small conference, the Summit, but again, a team that lost earlier. They should take care of business on the road this time. We did lose Radford yesterday. That was a money line bet, so I come back today. I think this is a better, we hope it's better, right? But we'll come back with North Dakota State because I feel this is a better spot for them to cover. We're also laying a lower number in this game. They are like 4.5 Radford, and they're only 3. So we have a better money line, better value. And again, I think it's a better position and better value. That's better than yesterday, and it needs to be because we need to come back and win today, Gurus. I always tell, I've been telling my viewers, it's about our, probably our 4th month beginning doing this. We started in November. I can tell you right now, we started in November, 2nd week of November. So end of that. So what are we at now? December, January, February, March. We're up almost 5 months. It'll be about a week or 2. So we're in our 4th month. And, follow people off losses. See how they do the next day. after they have a losing day. And let's see how Guru does today off these losses. I think we'll be pleased. So, and we need to be. I take it as a personal challenge. Gurus, I understand what we're up against here, right? We have a sophisticated software, AI, we have algorithms and all this other stuff we're dealing with. So we really have to be sharp. I can't afford to put matchups out there that are, hopefullys. We need to have more certainty. This is investing. There's inherent risk. I'm not trying to eliminate that because you can't. Nobody can. But what I can do is do everything to put the best bets out there, get our percentages back up. We're still ahead, but we need to have a good day today, Gurus. Plus, we have Saturday coming. That's a big day. So I would like to put 2 good days together here. We'll see about tomorrow on Friday. There are more games this week, though, so we'll see. But let's focus on today, Gurus. Again, the money line, I told you I like this better than the game we released and lost yesterday. And then Northridge is getting a lot at home. And this is a team we won with, Gurus, on Saturday. And I've won the last couple bets with Northridge. This is a pretty big number at home. They lost in Irvine, but 7.5 is a lot of points at home. And they can handle this team. They beat UCLA. I think we talked about that the last time I released Northridge. They beat them on the road, UCLA. And that's very impressive. So they can handle and cover this spread against Irvine. And I hope, obviously we want them to get there. That's a good amount of points. Again, these conferences, they have to win out. Irvine's not an at-large team. And they're already a number 1 seed pretty much anyway. So hopefully we have a lot of room at home, Gurus, and we need to clip that number at home. And then we're going to go stay up north to San Francisco on the West Coast and take the 4.5. Now, this is Gonzaga's been beating the shit out of everyone for years in that conference, right? They own this conference. They own the teams in them. But, I've had a lot of opportunity to watch because all their games are late. So most of the West Coast games I get a chance to watch because I'm not doing this show. I'm not researching games for today. I simply can finally, Gurus, relax. So it's a nice feeling. But, my priorities, the work, Mark and I started at 7:15 this morning. We 4 hours again. But this time we got to produce some results. That was a disappointing day, and I take responsibility for a third of it, that I didn't get the games done properly, meaning I kind of was a little more aggressive trying to cover, and that hurt us a little bit. But we'll come back today, Gurus, off these 2 round robins. So San Francisco, obviously they've owned this conference, Gonzaga and San Francisco. I've been watching both these teams, Gonzaga and San Francisco, and I know damn well they can handle this number at home. I've watched this team. They're very good. They play very good basketball, very good shooting team. They play the perimeter. They have an NBA forward. He's already being looked at, and they have some younger players. They're perimeter players. At point guard, I think he's a freshman. He's a good player, though. He scores, very active. They work well together. They got a team there in San Francisco. They've challenged. They've had a good preseason schedule, Gurus. They're getting 7.5 at home. So we have 2 home dogs, interestingly, with a road road favorite. Okay. And so all this is random, because when I put these games, obviously yesterday we 1 and 2 and 3 round robins. But most of the time I do a very good job of editing these games and putting the teams in the right positions. In this case, we have 2 round robins today. So let's hope I do everything right today. I'm confident we're betting the best plays that I can see today. And so I think that'll help. That puts us in a good position right there. So again, we have North Dakota. Again, this needs to come back off the Radford loss. It's a money line bet. You can also lay the 3, right? You can buy it to 2.5, if you will. You're better off probably just taking the money line. It still costs you $1.25. But again, Gurus, if you're going to do that, make your primary bet the money line, North Dakota State, Northridge, and San Francisco. You want to take those points. That's why I put it up the way it is. And your secondary bet, which could be in this case, they're both at home. You could probably bet 15%, probably on the money lines. Why not? They can both win in these spots, absolutely. And up to 20. And again, these are guides, gurus, I'm giving you, percentage-wise. These are just things off my understanding of these matchups and the probabilities of these teams winning. And I think it's reasonable. You should bet it. And I've been saying that since I've been starting this show and doing it. So, and you can really boost that accelerator in your on your profits when you hit that money line bet too. But again, you want most of that money to go on your primary bets. We want to make money today. It's very important we win these games. If they win, as I've put them up on the show. Let's see, we have a comment from Mark, probably. All right, my friend, I agree, Mark. Yeah, he's saying college bet's ready to get interesting. And yes, we had a hiccup, gurus, yesterday because we were building momentum going into this weekend. And we wouldn't have won though yesterday, gurus. There's some days I can do it. I can work 6 hours on these games and it wouldn't change the results. That's just how some days go. We all know that. So, but in this situation, Mark's right. And what does he mean by that? He means that we have a lot of games for the next 2 weeks. Let's see, we go next week, a week and a half, a high volume of games to be betting. And really 2 weeks through these conference tournaments, there's always something to bet. And when you throw in the NBA in, which we're betting occasionally, it gets busy. So that's what he means by that. And again, it's up to Mark and I to identify the positions that are dependable for us. And I will keep us on track, gurus, with that I can tell you. That's my job, as they say. So again, thanks for viewing. And we need to get, we're going to have little hiccups here once in a while. We got to get past them and get over them. You do that by being successful off losses. You need to do that. Thanks, Mark, for that. Also, he posted Davis. So he likes Davis. Him and I do. I agree, Mark. Davis is the better play today. So yesterday, he actually put Western Carolina, but I didn't post it. He did type that in. And sometimes, if he does it later, sometimes I forget when I'm wrapping the show up, gurus. But thanks, Mark. Mark and I have been doing this. So Mark and I, for you new gurus who are following me, watching, Mark and I have been handicapping sports since 2021. So that's 22 years together. I mean, every sport on a pretty much daily basis. So we have a lot of, we've had clients that I've had in that stretch, people that, I give out picks, they pay me. We had to win. We only off profits we got paid. So I've always been under the gun to make money helping people, or I don't get paid. Simple as that. I'm doing this now, gurus, because we have such wide access to people. I'm building my business through the social media now, and you have to do things differently than that. I still have a couple private clients though I deal with. So, it's all good. And I always will have clients. So. But this is important for me, to help you guys. And again, this is more of my future. The future is in social media. And everyone's getting into it, right? We know that. There's a lot of people who have podcasts, celebrities spin off, athletes spin off to podcasts. And that's a good way to, news people can have their own, a lot of people have their own podcasts. And every one of them, what's our job? We have to have something to offer so that people will view us instead of, the others. Why would you want to watch me? Well, 2 reasons. I've been giving round robins. That's unique. Nobody does that. And also I've been winning giving you round robins, and nobody does that. So I know I have a niche because I've been doing this a long time. But there are days I'm going to have an issue, and that's unfortunate because there's certain things I'm getting better at. Remember, Gurus, I told you this year is a portal year, right, where the players are getting paid. St. John's built this team in 1 year. Patino took it over in the offseason. Every one of his starters is from another team. As a matter of fact, one of the players that was starting on St. John's last year was on Butler this year, and obviously they didn't miss him, right? So he purposely went into this job, Patino, knowing he could get all the players that he possibly could get on a 1 year to build this team. And look what he's done in 1 year, 500 in conference. Is that great? No, but look how good that conference is. Big East, Marquette, UConn, Creighton. These are the top teams in the country. They're all fighting for, number one, they're in the top 1, 2 seedings for the dance already without playing a conference game. So we're talking about a very difficult conference. He would not be competing at this level if he had to recruit against all the other coaches who already get players, who already have a feeder system, right? So he's smart. I'm going to give my players right now, and we got to win. And that's why he's probably going to get an at-large bid. Patino get into the tournament. And he may not, if he wins out, and I discussed this yesterday, and again, hello, right? If they win out in the season, St. John's has 3 more games, they're going for sure. They might be going to, they say now, I think they have to win out. You want to finish with a positive conference record, I feel. Again, I'm not making these decisions, Gurus. I'm just giving you my opinion on the seeding aspect of it. But it does matter for seeding. I just have to get a little better at using it. Now, Pitt, I used it. We tied, though. We didn't win. We got +7. They needed that game more than Clemson. So we didn't lose, but we didn't win. But Seton Hall got humiliated. Now, Seton Hall's already in the tournament, right? They're already in. They lost at home. They came back, and they got murdered by this team. And he's a very good coach for St. Peter's. I mean, for Seton Hall, he was at St. Peter's and took them and very far in the tournament, and they got just destroyed yesterday. But we'll have our chance. If I match them up in the conference tournament, I'll probably bet Seton Hall. We'll probably cover this time. They'll be a dog. Probably be getting like 6, like that. So we'll cross that bridge in a couple of weeks, Gurus. And that I've been sharing with you too. We got to look forward to the conference tournaments that are coming. The NBA, that's going to keep playing out. This matchups get a little foggy in the second half after All-Star break. A little foggy that we have trades, right, that have happened before the break. And then you have, seeding matters more to these teams. They start thinking about where they're going to be in the second half and then start focusing more, I believe. So we've been careful. We're not winning so far, like 2-5, but we'll ease into it. I'll pick around the edges of the NBA to help us hit round robins. That's my job. Davis, thanks, Mark. So going back to these games, let's go over the releases again, Gurus, for the people who came in later. Again, we feel we're going to have a bounce back day today, Gurus. We'll have a winning day today. I want you to focus on that. I like these positions today more than yesterday. I do. And I think we're going to have better success than we need to, right? And here we go with New Hampshire. We ought to buy off that one. You can still do that, I believe. Davis on the money line, that's gone up a point, but that's still good value. They should win this game. It's our best bet. UCLA at Washington, taking the 4. They should win. They've been beating this team consistently. So I see them. And again, they're playing for more. They have a chance, UCLA. If they win out, maybe they get an at-large bid. And again, they have to win out, in my opinion. But again, I'm not making these decisions. These are just rough estimates. But again, why wouldn't they want to win out? If they do win out, they'll be Looks like they'll be 12-7. What's wrong with that? That could maybe, but at least it gets them closer and see how they do in the tournament. They win a couple rounds. They've been playing good lately, UCLA. Maybe they'll squeeze in. And they get Washington as their center out, so hopefully we'll win that game. Then we move over to the this game. We have two home teams here and the road. Starting with North Dakota State on the money line. I locked in the money line. You may want to do that as well. It's gone up it's up a little bit, a half point. So you can also lay. We talked about that. Secondary bet. Make sure your primary is what I list here. That's what I'm suggesting, Gurus. And then Northridge is a good size home dog. It's a lot of room at home. New coach has done a good job with this team. We've been winning with Northridge. As you know, I've been releasing them lately. We've won the last couple bets with them. That's a good sign. That usually means they're being undervalued, and that should benefit us. That's a lot of points at home, Gurus. And now they're the top team, Irvine, in their conference, but that's a lot of points. I think we covered that. We've been doing fine with this team. And then this game's an interesting one to end the night. These are late games, Gurus, if you're on the East Coast. These are late games in San Francisco. We're going to take the points at home against Gonzaga. We may need them. I think this is going to be a very good game to watch. I think San Francisco's ready for this team this year. They know a lot of teams, they've been losing for a long time to Gonzaga. They want it. They're hungry to beat them when they know that they have a shot this year. We've seen that. They're not dominating like they have in the past, Gonzaga. Simply, they're just not the team they've been. They're not. They're rebuilding. He's over there. He's rebuilding Gonzaga's program to the higher status. But let me tell you, Gurus, it's a lot harder now to do that. Most players, they'll go, home grid he got, right? He's on Oklahoma City now. He got him as for 1 year as a freshman. That's fine. But maybe that kid doesn't go to Gonzaga, that 1 year kid, and chooses to go to another top Power 5 conference. So if it's a one and done, everything gets shuffled more. And like I said, Pitino got all of his players are from the pod and from all different teams he took for this year. So there's a reorganization of how these teams are building their programs. And you have to be aware of that. And I have to get better at that. And I haven't so far in that position. I've been beaten a couple times, but I've also gotten some wins. But I know better, meaning now I do. And now the evidence has been clear. And, go with what you see, right? And we know what we need to do here, Gurus. So, and that's it for that. So we have these two at home. We have some room there in the San Francisco game. And that's what we need. We need to be able to lose and still win our bet, right? And if we win both, so again, as I shared, you want to put a little on the money lines on these games. But really, Gurus, is a bounce back day today. We need to show we can come back after losses like that. And that's what we need to do today. And that's what we're focused on, Gurus. So when we're going to lay this thing out, we have a huge day Saturday. I will not be doing a show, but I'll be sending these videos. I will be sending these videos as well on TikTok and Twitter, the X platform, like I've been doing for 3 months now. I think we're on, and I'll continue to do that. And but go ahead and share this show. I know, Gurus, I know we're young, and you see a day like maybe yesterday, what's Guru gonna? Oh, judge me by today. Let's see how I do today, Gurus. But I have all the videos I've been posting. You can look it up. We're winning in these sports. Yesterday's just a little bump there. We'll get over it. So share my show. That helps build my show. Right, we want to follow me. I'm getting followers every day on X and TikTok. That needs to increase, and I need to win these games to get that done, Gurus. So let's do that. So we all win. We win. Because this is a lot of experience and a lot of work I'm sharing. It took us the same amount of time as yesterday, Gurus, to do these games because we have to come back today. That's important for us. So, with that being said, tomorrow, most likely there'll be a show. I'll do one. I'd like to do one every day, except Saturday. It's too hard. So I'm going to try to get it done. If we have even one round robin, I will do a show tomorrow. And if not, for any reason, I will put a video out there on the TikTok and the X platforms for you. But I like doing the show during the week, especially, Gurus, because we have time to get the show in after we do the games, and there's time for you guys to evaluate what I've done here, make your own decisions. And I like that best. And we can't do that on Saturday. It's nuts. I'd have to do all these games by Friday. It'd be crazy. And there doesn't even lines out yet in some of the games. So we have to keep it this way. But maybe Sunday I'll do a show. Again, I'm looking to do one either tomorrow or Sunday or even both days. Because I'm okay with doing a show all the time if I can. But I have to at least have some content to share regarding giving the bets out. We're not, I have no celebrity guests yet and all that other, video highlights and all that stuff. We will one day. Right now, we're raw right now. We release the games, and that's all I have to do. And that's all for right now I can do. And I'm grateful I can do that. So you got both round robins. I will be posting them in let's see, what are we at? Almost one. About an hour. I usually wait about an hour. And I'll get these out to you guys. And for most of the people who view the videos don't watch the show, so that's an aspect I've had to continue to do, and I will. And I'll get these out to you guys. And you can come back tomorrow. Set the alert on your phone, please, on your YouTube channel. Subscribe; it's free. And follow me, and it'll give you an alert when I do the show or send a video out with the round robins on there. That's what that'd be the best thing for you to do. That way you won't miss anything, Bruce. And to get all your percentages off a day, if you bet yesterday, you need to bet today, obviously. That's how you get your percentages back. So we need to take care of that for you guys today. So please do that. And also come back probably tomorrow. You'll have an indicator. Or I don't see why I'm not doing the show. We'll have a full day of NBA. And we have more college games right now because of the circumstances. So we had more Wednesday. So they're kind of adding more per day, which is fine. And I hope we have a good round robin. We hit another ticket. That's what I'm here for. And that's why I do the show, Bruce. And that's why you watch me. Look, Disney, ESPN, they don't give out any games. I don't have my phone right here. I'm charging it. But check this out, Bruce. All I ever get from them is, what do you think about Kirk Cousins? All stuff that's the next season in the NFL. Who cares? Which NBA player is going to have the biggest impact? Who cares for the rest of the season? What kind of information is that? What the hell is that going to do to help you pick any winners? There's nothing there to help you, Gurus. So I'm taking it. I need to be part of the solution, not the problem. And I know there's other podcasters that have a lot of experience. I have to outperform them as well. That's the way it works. So keep coming back to Guru. I got your back. I'm doing the work every day to get the games done properly. And I think we're having a good bounce back and a winning day today. So most likely tomorrow I'll be here at noon, West Coast time, live. So come back and join me. And I want to thank you guys for being here today with me. I love you. God bless you. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day.